Hi everyone, let's paint together today this amazing Burgundy Gold mandala together. It's 50.50 centimeters or 6 inches. I'm using DecoArt Americana, and first we are starting with Love Potion, and I'm creating this dot like this oval shape, a little bit lower than the center, as you can see. It's around 15-16 millimeter long. And on the top it is the same color, and this one will be in a center. Also oval shape, and two just our classic shape dots with the same color. Circles made every 1 centimeter. Two small strokes with middle or small size brush and strawberry color. And big ones around, also middle size brush and raspberry color. Again, I'm creating oval shape dot and strawberry color. Central one is oval shape, around 8 millimeters, and two classic dots. And with the same colors, two big strokes around. You can combine, take more paint a couple of times. Also moving around with the same strawberry, and as you see, the start I'm starting with this circle, this kind of a base for me, and the next one, and the same color moving around. And I'm starting this row of strokes from the same mark, and I'm trying to make these strokes or petals of this flower like a little bit open. The color is strawberry, as you remember, and round. Sometimes we need to come back and take more paint because these strokes are really long ones. And more. And we are creating this nice flower with open petals like that. Again, oval shape I'm creating, as you see, like in the middle between the strokes, and the color is raspberry, and a little bit up, like 2 centimeters up, and small oval shape, also with raspberry color, and I made like a row of smaller and smaller dots. And around 2 strokes with strawberry. I'm not pressing too much, so these strokes really tiny ones. comparing with these big ones that we did before. And 2 more around with raspberry. And smaller ones with strawberry again. And as you see, I'm starting a little bit down. And raspberry again. Small ones. Taking a long brush, not too big but long, and making 2 long strokes around with love potion. And 2 more, a little bit down. Again, I'm not starting from the same place. As you see, be careful because all paint's still fresh, or just wait until central part will be dried out. And 2 more with raspberry. We're like making these petals lower and lower from the bottom line. And this one, strawberries. And again, raspberry. And love potion again. This smaller one, so I'm releasing paint, releasing brush, so I'm not destroying this central part. And 2 more with raspberry. And strawberry. Look at your paint, maybe you don't need to do all of this. I'm just got enough space, so I'm playing with more and more small strokes. And this love potion again. And I'm creating these big ones around central part. And you see I'm starting on the borderline with this flower up, and I'm releasing brush and the center, so these strokes moving around with circle and releasing pressure. So only painting on the up part of mandala now. Strawberry, starting a little bit lower and releasing brush. Lower and releasing brush. And strawberry, again a little bit lower and releasing, a little bit lower and releasing. It's 1 centimeter lower again, and the color is raspberry. We are creating these nice petals for this big flower at the center. And also 1 centimeter lower, and the color is strawberry. With love potion, 1 more strokes around, but you see I'm starting on the top and releasing. I'm not making this one petals like too low. And releasing. Raspberry, this one like a little bit bigger with nice pressure on a brush with a lot of paint. And you see all these petals, they're meeting at the end at the same place. and strawberry again, and again ending up at the same place. And one more with strawberry, just little tiny one. I'm trying to fill the upper part of this mandala with small ones, like that. And love potion, this one much bigger and kinda covering the upper part of mandala. One, two big ones from both sides. And one more time with love potion in a circle. I'm also covering this inner part of mandala, inner part of this big flower. And also I'm trying to, this petal, like open this petal. And strawberry. Really bright one. And this time I'm more and more going down and covering the lower part of mandala. And love potion again. And this one really big one, long ones. That's why you need a lot of paint, and you can come back and add more and more paint. And from another side also, and down. As I said, these petals so long, these strokes so long. Don't be scared to come back a couple of times and get more and more paint. With raspberry, just smaller ones. And also going around, like we are feeling lower part of mandala. Strawberry, little small ones. I did 2 from both sides. Love potion from the low up, from like I'm creating this like base just from the corner, and 2 more with the same color, lower potion, just create this nice base for the flower. Strawberry, and raspberry. Strawberry again. You can change colors if you feel it, so this is only your inspiration in this case. And this one with love potion, I did like a really long one along the line and up to the base of this flower. Again, this one pretty long, so you can come back a couple of times for the paint if you need, if you feel so. And this one along this strawberry, really bright color. All paint will change their colors when it's dry out, so don't be surprised. And this one, I'm filling this gap with raspberry. And again, if you feel another color, just do it. And as you see, the paint started to dry out and kinda not visible, or it's visible that it's not enough paint at the end of the strokes. So at this point I just added the same colors that I did use to cover the base, because this part of mandala also should be nice and beautiful. So if it's you don't need it, so don't do this, but I did. Love potion again. Don't be scared if it's not the same raspberry, because as you know, in real flowers all petals not the same and still beautiful. Yeah, really nice. I like it. So everything dry out. Let's add some details. With the same tool that I did central part, I'm adding, but this time on the top and a little bit lower, I'm adding raspberry color. You see how much brighter color before it's dry out. Plus the small ones, dots on these three central dots, the same raspberry, just to make it brighter and deeper, our colors obviously. With a smaller tool, also I'm adding on the top strawberry. As you see, so lower part will be also visible. With small tool I'm moving paint around if I don't feel it, to make this shape like nice. And I decided to add this also strawberry color on these three dots also, to make it like brighter and deeper, because lower part will be still visible. And on the top of these three two I also added strawberry color. So I'm mixing 50-50 strawberry and metallic DecoArt Venetian Gold. And with this mix I added three drops on the top of this line of dots. Again, next layer smaller than previous one. And now with this color I'm starting to move around. You can go with the same order or maybe change if you feel it. So I'm adding not on every single strokes on the top, but on a someone, so you can use my technique, how I'm doing this now, or maybe create something for yourself if you feel it again. With this one I'm not going down too much, I'm releasing brush, but I'm adding a lot of paint at the beginning on the top of the strokes. Just remind, now I'm painting and adding details only with this custom color, 50% of strawberry, 50 of Venetian Gold, also DecoArt. All paint, all names, numbers will be a description, so you can use it and do the same if you want. And just a reminder, we always add in these colors when previous layer were dried out. So with this mix, with this custom color, I'm making this around 1 centimeter or 1.2 centimeter long. So it is creating nice like base for our flower. And I decided to go with the more strokes because it's just so beautiful, to be honest. I didn't plan it, it just happened with inspiration. And in the center a little bit. You see, I'm literally deciding in the process because it's just so amazing when we are going with our inspiration. And a little bit on the top flower, just again remember that paint is still fresh, so be careful, or just wait until lower part dry out. Remove if you don't like it. In my case it was too white, so I decided to remove it. And I decided to go with this with the same custom color between these dots and strokes on top. So nice. And more. And now only with just clear Venetian gold metallic, I'm adding more details on the top of flower and on some petals. Mostly on this love potion, because I just kinda, when it dried out it became so dark, so I just decided to brighten this up. And you see it's like looks like more yellow because it's gold. And 2 drops on the top of just classic ones on top of this oval shape that we created before. Just with Venetian gold. And this long one. And this kind of, you see, when we're adding these colors, this like completely change in paint, but make it much more even like deeper and more beautiful. Just decide in the process, maybe you would like to add more details or less, just how you feel it, because this will be your custom paint. Little bit on the top of dots, and in the bottom of our mandala, just Venetian gold. Art Creation 3D drops, I'm using pearl bronze. I'm adding on the top of dots and between the strokes a little bit. Use it how you feel it. and mostly on the central part to make this like a center for visual effect. How beautiful it is. And congratulations, it's so beautiful. Hope you enjoy this video and see you on next one. Bye.